Hi, everybody. Welcome to English Digest. I'm Stephanie.
I'm Mike.
Yeah. Well, Mike, we're doing our TOEIC unit, which is a 2-day unit.
Right.
We finished talking about, this podcast where this guy Kent was telling people, giving them helpful advice and tips on how to buy insurance, especially car insurance.
Yeah, insurance is important. Yeah. And if you're going to drive, you basically need it. Sometimes, most places, it's the law, but it's also just a really good idea. And we talked a little bit about the different types of insurance, how different companies offer different prices, and all that kind of stuff. But it is still a very complicated subject. So I think in today's article, we're going to basically be looking at a few of the different types of car insurance you might want to consider and what they do for you, how they would help you, what kind of situation you might find yourself in, and which insurance would help you out of this trouble.
Okay, we're going to read through this, guys, and then we'll be back to talk about some of these policies that you might run into. You'll definitely run into these if you rent a car. So here we go. Here at Peace of Mind Insurance, we've got the policy you need to put your mind at ease. Take a look at the full selection of our car insurance policies. Collision coverage. This policy covers you if you need to repair or replace your vehicle after hitting another vehicle or object. You're also covered if your vehicle rolls over. Third-party coverage. If you're in an accident and are considered to be at fault, you'll be responsible for paying to fix damage to other people's property or for their medical treatment. This policy will help you out in these unfortunate circumstances. Theft and fire coverage. With this policy, you're covered if your vehicle is stolen or if it's broken into and valuable components like the stereo are taken. Furthermore, this policy will help pay for any damage caused by fire, including both external fires and those caused by internal issues. Full coverage. This comprehensive policy covers all kinds of damage, including theft, fire, flood, strong winds, and even hitting an animal. Third-party coverage is also included. In addition, this policy covers cars you're using but aren't owned by you or a family member, such as rentals and temporary substitutes. Emergency road service. This handy extra can be added to any of our other policies. It helps pay for the cost of any repairs to your car if it breaks down on the road. You're also covered if the car needs to be towed to a garage for repairs.
All right, so our article, Which Insurance Policy Do You Need? That's a really good title because we will be looking at different policies. Now, a policy is kind of like a plan, right? If it's a bank, they might call it a saving plan or an investment plan, but at an insurance company, they would call it a policy. So basically, you pay money, and that's your policy. Now, like with banks and like with many other services, the more you pay, the more service you get, the more coverage you get, but yes, the more expensive your policy will be. So we're kind of reading, this is like an ad or some information from an insurance company. So here we get the name of the company. Here at Peace of Mind Insurance, they're kind of explaining their philosophy, what the company is trying to do for you because they love you and they want you to be happy. It's the kind of advertising we often see. So here at Peace of Mind Insurance, we've got the policy you need to put your mind at ease. Peace of mind and having your mind at ease, that's about the same thing. It means you're not worried about stuff. You're relaxed. You're not troubled. You're not sitting there going, oh my gosh, if this happens, I'm going to be in big trouble. No, if you have peace of mind, you're like, hey, everything's going to be fine. And even if it isn't fine, it'll be okay. If your mind is at ease, that means you're relaxed, you're not worried about something, everything in your life is going great, and you don't have any big troubles to worry about. So take a look at the full selection of our car insurance policies. If this was a restaurant, we would call it a menu, but it's not.
Yeah.
So we call it basically just a selection, right? A menu is a selection of food in a restaurant. So what's the first one we have?
Well, we've got collision coverage.
Crash coverage.
Yeah. Crash is a collision.
Yeah.
So collision is a little bit more formal than crash. It sounds a little nicer, too.
And you can go slowly and have a collision, but crashes are usually fast and
Crash
violent.
is like that awful sound,
Ew, I hate that sound.
When metal and metal meet.
Well, these days it's plastic and plastic,
yeah,
but
true,
I know what you mean.
Hey, I wanted to mention you can also put someone else at ease. Maybe you're a teacher and your class is really stressed out because you have a huge test, that's going to impact maybe which college they get into. And you want to put your students at ease. You try to get them to relax, not be so nervous, kind of calm down. Yeah, you can also put someone at ease that comes over to your home. Maybe you have someone who's quite shy and they've come over to maybe a dinner party at your home. You want to put them at ease, make them feel like they're at home. Yeah, so that's another thing you can do. So back to collision coverage. I've been in a collision before. It's no fun.
No.
Yeah, someone hit the back of my car.
Ouch.
And, actually, I've been in a couple. My own sister. My own sister hit the back of my car and gave me whiplash.
Oh, no.
Which makes your neck really sore. I think it was about 6 months. I couldn't lift my arms above my head. She was in a very strong car because she's a crazy driver. And her husband wanted to protect her by putting her in this really great Audi that was so heavy. But it ended up hurting me, her older sister. Anyway, nothing too bad happened. Anyway, collision coverage is how much your policy is going to pay you back if you have to repair or replace your vehicle after hitting another vehicle or object. You don't have to hit another car, guys. We actually hit a stone wall in Cornwall, which is located in the lower part of England. They're really old walls, and there's no room for two cars.
Right.
So it's very hard if a car is coming the opposite way. You have to back up until they can, go around you. It's really hard driving. So you might hit a car. I've also been in a car when we've hit a deer.
Oh, my gosh.
Which is very scary and can cause a ton of damage.
Did the deer have insurance?
No, unfortunately, and that poor deer didn't make it.
Usually don't
No, it was horrible. You're also covered by this particular policy if your vehicle rolls over.
Oh, okay.
That's scary sounding.
That is scary, but that's the kind of thing that can happen without another car being involved. Especially if you're driving one of those big SUV type cars. They're quite heavy on the top, and if you're maybe driving on a highway on a rainy day and you have to turn quickly, the car can roll over. It might not actually be anyone's fault. It could just happen because of heavy rain or snow or whatever. So this will also work. Because sometimes companies will say, oh, yes, you have collision coverage. And then you say, oh, I rolled my car and I got all this damage. They're like, did you hit another car? No. Well, that wasn't a collision. Sorry, you get zero money from us.
Right.
So, these things are important, and there are different things that happen, so you want to make sure your policy covers all of them. All right, let's move on to another type of policy, third-party coverage. All right, third-party coverage. What is that? Well, let's read on. It says, if you're in an accident and are considered to be at fault, you'll be responsible for paying to fix damage to other people's property or for their medical treatment. This policy will help you out in these unfortunate circumstances. So this is not exactly fixing your car, but fixing someone else's car or the person, their body, if it's because you did something wrong. All right? So if you're driving and your car starts sliding or something like that and you hit someone who's just sitting there, well, they didn't do anything wrong. You hit them, you hurt them or damaged their car. So this this is an unfortunate circumstance, but, you do, again, want someone to help you because, it could be expensive. It could cost a lot of money to make sure that you do the right thing and help that person fix the problem that, you caused.
Yeah, they won't pay any money to get it repaired. It will be up to your insurance company to pay them back. Yeah, that's what happened with us.
Yeah, so an unfortunate circumstance. Well, something unfortunate is kind of bad luck, right? Basically, that's all it is. Bad luck, bad fortune, I guess you could say, but the kind of thing that just happens. Maybe it's nobody's fault. It's just one of those things. If you're walking down the street on a rainy day and you slip and fall and hurt yourself, you can't blame anyone. You can shake your fist at the clouds, but that won't do anything.
No.
It's just bad luck. It's unfortunate. And a circumstance is basically something that happens, all right?
Situation.
A situation, something like that. So this is just an unlucky or bad luck situation.
It's bad. So we've got theft and fire coverage. And with this policy, you're covered if your vehicle is stolen by a thief or if it's broken into, which is very popular in some cities. The thief will break in and grab a stereo. Maybe you have a GPS system in the car and they want that. Who knows? Or maybe they see something sitting on the seat that they want. So they break in and they steal something. Or sometimes things are broken into and valuable components, like the stereo, are taken. We use this word components, guys, when we're talking about one part of a whole. Could be a machine you're talking about, but that machine has different components or parts. You could use components to talk about a computer. We'll often say, I need to buy some new components for my CPU, which is the brain of a computer. So a component in a car, of course, would be this really great stereo some people have. Yeah, that's a sad thing if someone has spent a lot of money on a stereo and it gets stolen. Furthermore, this policy will help pay for any damage caused by fire.
Wow.
What kind of fire? Well, it might be a fire that starts in your engine, and that would be the internal issue, but it could also be perhaps a fire that maybe you just happen to have bad luck and you are driving by a building that explodes and is on fire and a piece hits your car and damages the roof, maybe the windshield. Those are external fires. You had nothing to do with it, but somehow that external fire damaged your car. They will help you pay to get it fixed.
That's pretty cool. All right. And then what about full coverage? Well, this is the one you want to get maybe if you're really looking to be careful.
Yes.
But again, it will be probably one of the most expensive policies you can get, but it should definitely give you peace of mind.
Totally.
Full coverage. This comprehensive policy covers all kinds of damage, including theft, fire, floods, strong winds, and even hitting an animal and being attacked by aliens. Third-party coverage is also included. In addition, this policy covers cars you're using but aren't owned by you or a family member. This one's for you, such as rentals and temporary substitutes. So basically, any car you drive, no matter what happens, if there's a problem, full coverage insurance will help you out. That sounds pretty fantastic.
I like that.
I'm not sure they will cover alien attack, but maybe in a few years they'll add that. But theft, the car being stolen, the car having a fire problem, if the car gets covered in water after a flood or after a typhoon here in Taiwan, that could be a problem. Strong winds, and I guess if the winds knock a tree down, that kind of thing, or hitting an animal, hitting a deer, because as you say, the damage from that can be pretty bad. Unfortunately, the animal is usually killed, but even the driver can be killed, and certainly the car will be damaged. So full coverage is comprehensive. Something that's comprehensive basically covers everything, all right?
Yeah.
If you're going to on a holiday and they're like, this hotel has a comprehensive spa and health treatment center. They'll have pools and massages and jacuzzis and everything you can possibly imagine. They cover all the bases. They think of everything that you could possibly ever ever want.
Now, the last thing is called emergency road service, and this is really handy.
I like this one.
Yeah, my family never had it, and I was always jealous of other friends who invested in this. It's a handy extra that can be added to any of your other policies or any of our other policies. Pretend I work for Peace of Mind. Handy just means it's really convenient. It's easy to use, it's useful, or it could also mean it's easy to reach. So you might want to keep your credit cards handy when you go to the mall.
Most people keep their phone handy these days. Yeah, it's always nearby.
Now, this service helps you pay for the cost of any repairs to your car if it actually breaks down on the road. What we're talking about here is usually the car battery, the tire is flat, and maybe you're by yourself and you're not strong enough to change the tire. That happens. You give them a call, they come over, and they help you either change the tire, charge the battery, or they tow the car to a garage so that it can be repaired.
Yep.
That's something I recommend to anyone, actually.
Absolutely. I used that once, and it was great.
Yeah, it's really handy.
It's the kind of thing you don't think you need until you need it, and if you don't have it, then it's too late.
Yeah, it's worth it. Okay, guys, right now it's time to listen to our Chinese teacher, and then we'll be back to talk about some of these discussion questions.
Hello everyone, my name is Tina. 首先我们来看到今天文章的第一句提到 Here at Peace of Mind Insurance, we've got the policy you need to put your mind at ease. 首先呢，我们今天要介绍的就是车险的不同类别，而在这里的买心安保险公司，我们就已经规划了让你放心的保单。在这里有个片语叫做 put somebody at ease， 也就是使某人感到舒适跟不拘束的意思。所以如果这样子提供的保单是可以让你 put your mind at ease， 也就是让你是心安的。首先我们就先来看到第一个叫做碰撞险，英文称之为 collision coverage。 collision 这个字就是有碰撞跟相撞的意思。这两只船呢，它的相撞是因为雾所造成的，你就可以说 The collision between the ships was caused by fog。第三个要看的是 third party coverage， 就是我们常常听到的第三人责任险。在这里提到 If you're in an accident and are considered to be at fault, you'll be responsible for paying to fix damage to other people's property.Or for their medical treatment. 所谓的第三人责任险，就是在当你发生事故，并且被认为有过失的时候，你必须要负责承担支付损害他人财产的修理费用，或者是医疗费用的责任。这个句子很长，我们先来看看前半句。这里谈到你被认为是有错的 considered to be at fault。At fault 也就是有错有责任的意思，而如果万一哪一次你说我记错了，你就可以说 My memory was at fault。 如果这一次你是有责任，你就是 be responsible for， 你就要负起责任，付费来 fix damage， 来修理呢造成其他人财产的伤害，或者是他的 medical treatment 医疗的费用，而这就是第三人责任险的内容。下一个叫做窃盗和火灾保险，英文称之为 theft and fire coverage。在这里提到 With this policy, you are covered if your vehicle is stolen, or if it's broken into and valuable components like the stereo are taken. 那么根据这样子的条约呢，这里的 cover 也就是被保险的范围包括是，如果你的 vehicle 车辆被偷，或者是 it's broken into车辆被人闯入，然后还有重要的东西，像是音响被偷走，那么呢，窃盗跟火灾保险就可以支付这些损害。里面有个名词 component， 指的就是机械、设备等的零件跟成分。 举例来说，电脑是由成千上万个零件所组成的，你就可以说 A computer consists of thousands of components. 我们常听到的电子零件就可以称之为 electronic components. 接着下一个要介绍的是全额保险，英文称之为 full coverage. 它的内容提到This comprehensive policy covers all kinds of damage, including theft, fire, flood, strong winds, and even hitting an animal. 那么在这里提到它是一种 comprehensive, 那么提到就是全面的、无所不包的意思。我们常常听到的 a comprehensive survey 指的呢就是全面的考察。而在这里提到它包含的像是窃盗、火灾、水灾、强风，甚至撞到动物，它都可以负担你的损失。最后一个要介绍的呢是紧急道路救援服务，英文称之为 Emergency Road Service。在这一段里面的第二句提到 It helps pay for the cost of any repairs to your car if it breaks down on the road. 那么这样子的保险呢，可以帮助你支付车辆在呢路上抛锚而需要修理的任何维修费用。这里的修理、修补，我们可以用 repair 这个名词。我们举例来说，这个路啊实在是太糟糕了，需要赶快修理一下，你就可以说 The road is badly in need of repair。而它呢也常用复数来表达，指的是一些零星的修补工作。Repairs must be done to the house before we move in， 也就是指的在我们搬进去之前，房屋必须要好好的修理一下。OK， 以上就是今天的课文讲解，谢谢收听。
We're going to take a quick break. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Here we are, guys. We're going to kind of discuss these questions that you see in front of you. Here's one. Which kinds of car insurance do you think are the most useful that we've talked about here, and why?
Well, that's a really good question. I mean, we've talked about all the different sort of policies and the different things that they might help you with. Comprehensive policy, the one that covers everything, yeah. I would say is the most useful. But of course, you have to think about you're going to be paying this basically every month for as long as you have the car. So you have to kind of add it up and go, can I afford that? You don't want to get into something and after a year realize, well, this month I can either eat or pay my car insurance. That's not a choice you want to have to make. The other thing, of course, is what kind of car do you have? If this is your grandmother's old car that she gave to you and you didn't pay anything and, it's going to be okay for a few years but not great, then maybe you only need collision coverage or third-party coverage, enough to make sure if there's a serious accident, you'll be okay. If it's a brand new car, if it's a very valuable car, if you got that Ferrari that you've always wanted, then maybe the comprehensive policy would be the best because, a really nice fancy car is going to be a lot more expensive and a lot harder to fix if you do have the accident. And I would also say, well, I don't know, maybe not in Taiwan, emergency road service. In Canada, where we have like big distances between places, that can be useful. You don't want to have your car break down on a highway and you're 50 miles from
a city,
or even a phone or even anywhere. So that would be in Taiwan. I don't know. If I drove a lot, it might be useful, but I feel that here, the distances aren't that great. The highways are generally quite busy.
Oh, always, yeah.
So it would be a little bit easier to get help in a smaller place with more people like Taiwan than a big empty place where, in the wintertime, people, if your car breaks down on a highway in Canada in the winter at night, your life could be in danger, right?
Yeah.
You know, because you could be stuck out there and no one will come by.
And maybe your phone is out of juice, as we say, you know, your battery's dead. And yeah, if there's a storm, Mike, people are going to be at home. They're not going to be on the road.
They're not going to be out, exactly.
So yeah, that sounds kind of dangerous. I was thinking of New York, and you know, people are pretty close there. So, but I still wanted that emergency road service.
It makes you feel better.
It does, especially if you're on your own and you're driving and you're female, especially.
Yeah. True.
So you might want to think about that. But yeah, I don't know if I'd buy it here. I definitely also wanted to suggest you might want to look at your medical insurance. Sometimes your insurance will cover hospital visits that are part of an accident. So don't be paying double, guys.
Right.
But make sure you're covered some way. Yeah, I would definitely, when I was in college, I had a really cheap car and it was worth nothing. I think I paid my cousin $500 for it. It was a hot rod, as my mom was humiliated when she saw it. She's like, you cannot drive this car.
Wow.
But it got me around to my band practice. I loved it. And, you know, if I got in an accident, it was no big deal.
Right.
So maybe I don't want to get a lot of insurance for it, but emergency road service and yeah, definitely want to get coverage in case you're at fault.
For sure.
Yeah, and collision coverage too.
Now, should it be necessary for every driver to be insured? Yes, because silly people make mistakes, and if a silly person makes a mistake and hurts me, I shouldn't have to pay for it. I think that makes sense, and that's why, as we mentioned several times, in many countries, you're not allowed to drive, or it's illegal to drive your car without a license to show that you can drive, and insurance to show that you will be able to pay if you cause an accident.
Here's the problem, though, Mike. There have been accidents, especially in my state, where the person who is at fault runs. They don't have car insurance.
Right.
And so for us in Arizona, we're actually required to have insurance for other people.
Okay. Oh, they have no fault insurance. Yep. That does exist. But of course, you know, those people who run, they're breaking the law. And if they get caught, they're going to be in extra trouble. So you can't stop people from breaking the law, but you can try to protect people.
Yeah, protect yourself. Make sure you've got the insurance you need.
Sure.
Okay, guys, that's it for now. And we hope you'll, have some really good discussions about this. I think it's a great topic. You can practice some of these terms. You're definitely going to run into it. When I was in England, actually, there was a Chinese family who couldn't understand what was being said.
Oh,
and I was there to translate for them. So, yeah, you'll never know. If you prepare before you go to the country, though, you'll be in much better shape.
Sure. You don't want to be on holiday and have an accident and have that ruin everything.
No, that's terrible. Thanks for joining us, guys. We're sure glad you came back. And we'll be doing another program real soon. We hope you'll join us then. For English Digest, I'm Stephanie.
And I'm Mike. Bye-bye.
Bye.